Hey there, Mustangs. Welcome to school for the week of May 24th.
Let's start off the week with the Pledge of Allegiance.
Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. Ready? Begin.
I pledge allegiance
To the flag
of the United States of America,
and to the republic
for which it stands, one nation under God,
indivisible,
with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Job well done. Let's see what's happening at Westlake this week.
Thanks for the update. Let's head to the administration to find out who won this week's Crazy Baskets.
Hey there, Mustangs. It's Mr. Howe and
Mrs. Wall.
this is the final drawing for the M Games. You've done it. You've gone through all the training. You've gone through all the reviewing during testing. You've done all the testing, and this is the 6th basket we will award. Now, as I jump into this discussion, I need to apologize in advance because on today's episode, you're going to hear a lot from me as there's a lot of things I need to go through. But we want to make sure we do some of the fun stuff first, like the drawing. So we've got still a lot of mystery QR codes that were turned in. Lots of people got 500 crazy points, and a few of you are going to earn some prizes from the drawing. Now, I think we are out of the runner-up prize. Is that right?
That is true, but we have something even better.
Even better? Do tell.
We have a Mustang hoodie for you.
So a Mustang hoodie this time for each of our runner-up individuals. So let's do those first 3. I'll hold this because you have the randomly drawn winners. Who are they? All right, the first winner for the runner-up prize of a hoodie this week.
Korean Para.
Congratulations, Korean. You can pick this up in the office.
Next one.
Mariani Vargas Garcia, congratulations. And our final one?
It is Jeremy Martinez.
Congratulations to those 3. Now, Mrs. Wall's hands are full, so I'm going to show this off. The final, boy, these have been fun to be in the office for the last 6 weeks. The final M Games Grand Prize gift basket. Like most of the others, it's got just a lot of stuff in here. Candies, hot Cheetos, a hoodie, chips, Bluetooth speaker. Oh my goodness, a water bottle. There's so much stuff in the bottom there, I can't even see it all. Gatorade, Whoppers. Oh, I really like Whoppers. Ike and Mike's, there's a lot of stuff in here. So the winner of the grand prize basket for this week, who is it this week, Mrs. Wall?
It's Kate Parkinson.
Wow, congratulations to Kate Parkinson, and thank you to everybody for participating in the M Games. Not only the winners here who got these prizes, but all of you who turned in those Mystery Motivator QR codes got 500 crazy points for every single one of those you turned in. We have a lot of people, a lot more rich with crazy points now than they were when we began. Great work. Keep it up.
Congratulations to those winners.
Mustangs, it took 4 solid weeks of RISE testing, but you got to the finish line. Way to go. What an accomplishment. That is an enormous project, and you executed beautifully. As you know, we were all working for an individual personal best, trying to beat how we had done on this test in years past. And we were also working towards a school best, or in other words, trying to beat how the students had done in years past at Westlake and top in at least 2 of the 3 categories their performance. If we could do that, we had promised that on the Tuesday after Memorial Day, we would hold what we've called a STEM Rising Festival, the M Games STEM Rising Festival, as a celebration of that accomplishment. Well, I want to keep you updated on how you did, and although there are a few people doing some finish-up makeup work, most of the data is, and I don't see it shifting very much from this. So, first off, let's take a look at our English language arts. After completing the assessment, we came in at about 24.6% proficient. That's outstanding. You may remember on a couple weeks back, I showed this graph, and it was actually a little bit higher, but we still had almost half the school to test, and by the time we had everybody in, it came in just a little bit under the graph I showed you before, but it's still extraordinary. If you look at the last 3 years at Westlake, that accomplishment is, first off, neck and neck. They're almost a dead heat tie. high, and all of them are just jumping leaps and bounds ahead of where we've been. Not to mention, and we're going to touch on this in a moment, the fact that you did this during a pandemic year with very different circumstances than the previous years kids had done. In mathematics, I want to show you how we did. We finished after all the testing with 16.3% proficient. Now, I've got an explanation for that, and I'm going to come back to it in a moment, but first I want to explain how science did. We finished with science at 26% proficient. So, job well done. Now let me jump back to the math one for just a second. Many of you noticed how very challenging that math test was, and we did as well. We actually have been giving you assessments throughout the year and know just how proficient you were on math, that when these numbers started to come back, they seemed out of place. They seemed wrong compared to the things we were used to seeing. For example, the fact that we had such different numbers in math than we saw in either English or science is really, really strange. That's not just true about Westlake, that's true about all of Granite School District and all of the state of Utah. In the last 4 or 5 years, Granite School District has had almost exactly the same percent proficient in math as they have had in English and science in our junior high grades. So the fact that our scores came back quite a bit lower in math made us scratch our heads a little bit. I did a little bit of digging, and I found out that in Granite School District this year, all the math scores in 7th and 8th grade are 12% lower than, for example, the language arts scores. So something is definitely different this year about those math scores. And I don't feel it's comparable to compare this year's math scores with all the other years, because it's clear something was different this year about the math test, not just at Westlake, but in Granite School District. And when the data comes back, I'm going to bet across the entire state of Utah. Now, if we can see that the scores are 12% lower in math across the whole district this year than the other subjects, I think it's really appropriate to add some points to that bar exactly to make it comparable. Now, we could add a full 12%. I went a little conservatively, and I'm only adding 10%. If we look at that in math for this year and adding that 10% to make it comparable to the previous years, that puts this group right up about 26.3%. Already, if you look at those graphs, we said we needed to hit it in 2 of the 3. It's definitely there in science. With that adjustment in math, which I think is very appropriate, it's there as well. And like I said, we've got a near dead heat tie in English. You guys did this with way fewer days of in-person learning than any of the Westlake kids who came before you. Look at those other graphs, the gray, the purple, the red, the yellow, the green, and the other blue. All of those kids got to come and practice their English, their math, their language arts, and their other subjects for 180 days in the year. You had about 135 days. So with all of that, you're coming in with about 75 to 80% of the amount of time to train. If we made an adjustment for that 75 to 80% that you were missing, that puts you just a little higher in all 3 of them. And like I said, it's irrelevant. You'd already earned it with 2 of the 3 just by the scores we had before. You did it. Congratulations. You got a STEM Rising Festival coming your way. What an accomplishment.
Let's now head to our counseling center for an announcement.
Hey there, Mustangs. We are your counselors, and we are here to give you a message from Granger High School. They are so excited to have you next year that they prepare something special for you.
In fact, Granger is so excited for our 8th graders moving up to 9th grade that they have given you a special treat. This includes a card, candy, and some pins.
We will be handing these out during your lunch today on Monday, so stop by and see us outside. And as always, if you have any questions, come by the counseling office.
And this week, Tuesday and Thursday, in room 208, we're inviting all students to come hang out with us during lunch.
So grab your lunch, bring a friend, and we'll see you in room 208.
See you then.
Thanks, counselors. Let's take some time to recognize another Teacher of the Week.
Miss Mulford has been an amazing addition to our Westlake community. She loves health, teaching, and is always learning. Miss Mulford has spent a lot of time planning ways to engage students with lots of hands-on activities in health and is open to trying new strategies and instructional ideas. She cares about her students and encourages them to do their best. She is definitely fun. Thank you, Ms. Mulford, for all of the time and effort you put into Westlake.
Thank you for representing Westlake so well.
Good morning, Mustangs. I'm here to tell you a little bit about our summer program. This year, we will hold 2 sessions of our summer program. The first session will be held June 7th through June 17th. The second session will be held June 21st through July 1st. For each of those sessions, we will meet Monday through Thursday from 9 a.m. until noon. You will get a free lunch each of those days. During summer program, we will continue to practice and have a lot of fun working on different skills. We will also have a field trip. It's a great opportunity to spend some time with friends and have an opportunity to get to know your teachers a little bit better and to prepare for the coming school year. Look for an email that will contain a link so that you can register for summer program. If you have any questions, feel free to come talk to me, or you can email me at nsanchez@graniteschools.org. Hope to see you there.
All right, Mustangs, you've already heard that you have earned your STEM Rising Festival. That will take place on the Wednesday of the last week of school. That makes that last week of school extra exciting. Now, you probably already know that the Monday that is the last week of school, not this week, but next week, is Memorial Day, so we don't come to school. Then we actually have only 2 in-person days. Tuesday is what we're calling our yearbook day. We'll be on AM assembly schedule. In first period, you will get your yearbook, and we will actually have a time that you can have that yearbook signed with kids from all around the school. Then we'll go through our normal schedule, 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, all the time taking your yearbook with you and getting it signed. Then comes Wednesday. Wednesday, we are once again on AM assembly schedule. In the morning, we're going to do our virtual final Mustang Musings Assembly. It's one of the best because we do the Mustang Media finale, highlights of the whole year. Some other activities planned by our SBOs. Just some great activities that are a nice capstone before we start going through what is the STEM Rising Festival. 5 periods of getting to choose wherever you want to go and with whomever you want to go. You can have friends go with you. You can choose to do the same activity a couple times if you'd like to. We will have, yes, in the multi-purpose room, a movie going on. We will have a dance taking place for all the sessions. We will even finish the day with our traditional color battle. Many more that I could share, but we're going to save those details for next week. The point of me telling you about these 2 things is that I want you to be aware of how important your attendance at them will be. You don't want to miss these. They're really some of the best things of the entire school year. On that note, I want to tell you one of the requirements or prerequisites you must meet to get to fully participate in these activities, and it has to do with you being on time to class. Now, you've got 4 school days this week. That means 20 transitions. You cannot have more than 3 tardies this week to get to fully participate in Yearbook Day and STEM Rising Festival. If you have more than that, then you will find that you are losing part or all of those events. You don't want to miss those. Now, we do still have lunch detention minutes to make up, but we will not be adding any more lunch detention minutes this week. The only minutes we're doing are the ones that you've already earned from previous weeks, and we'll get you caught up and pay off those minutes this week. But all the other tardies are just counting against you getting to participate in these 2 critical events, Yearbook Day and the STEM Rising Festival. To be eligible to fully participate, you may not have more than 3 tardies this week. Make it happen. Good luck, Mustangs.
Hey Mustangs, this week is the last week for Mustang Market. Please remember you can only order 3 total items, but don't worry. All unspent crazy points can be spent later. Wait for an announcement from Mr. Howe.
That's it for us. Thanks for watching.
This is Mustang Media.
All right, Mustangs, you've heard that we finished a RISE test. The final step is to complete a student survey. We'll do this today instead of writing a message to your parents. If you don't have a Chromebook already, pause Mustang Media and go grab one at your teacher's direction. If you've already taken the survey with your test proctor, please read a book quietly while the others complete the survey. All classes may use the session ID on the screen. If you need help remembering your state ID, please ask your teacher. All right, I'll read the instructions now. We will now take the Opportunity to Learn survey. This survey is intended to help us understand your learning experience this year. This should take you approximately 10 minutes or less to complete. Use the session ID provided. Please log in. Before you begin testing, I will provide additional instructions. If you find that you do not know how to answer a question, please raise your hand. You will not be able to return to the survey once you have submitted it. Please make sure to review your survey and complete any questions marked or review. To review your survey before submitting it, select the End Test button and select the items you want to review from the End Test screen. You can go back to any item by clicking on the item number. Once you have completed your review and are ready to submit the survey, please raise your hand. All right, Mustangs, begin test now.